Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If someone told you that $100 a month, the cost of 2 dinners out, could change your entire financial life, would you believe them? Most people wouldn't. Most people think investing is for rich people, for people with extra money, for people who have everything else figured out first. They are wrong. And today, I am going to prove it with exact numbers. Because what happens when you invest just $100 every single month, consistently without stopping, will shock you. Not in a motivational poster kind of way, in a real mathematical, this is actually happening kind of way. Let's start. Year 1. Nothing feels like it's working. You set up an automatic transfer. $100 every month into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. January, $100 invested. February, another $100. By December, you have put in $1,200. With an average market return of 10% annually, the historical average of the S&P 500, your account at the end of year 1 sits at approximately $1,260. $60 in gains. You made $60 doing nothing. You did not work for it. You did not think about it. The market did it for you. $60 sounds small. Keep that number in your head. Year 3. Something shifts. You have now invested $3,600 total. But your account does not say $3,600. It says approximately $4,100. $500 appeared from nowhere. That is $500 you never earned, never worked for, never stressed about. Compounding created it. Here is what most people miss at this stage. They look at $4,000 and think, this is nothing. I cannot retire on $4,000. And they quit. That is the biggest financial mistake a person can make, because they are quitting right before the engine starts. Year 5, the engine starts. Total invested, $6,000. Account value, approximately $7,700. You have made $1,700 purely from returns. That is almost 3 months of your own contributions, generated automatically without you adding a single extra dollar. But here's the thing about compounding that nobody explains properly. It does not grow in a straight line. It grows like a snowball rolling downhill, slow at first, then faster, then so fast it becomes hard to believe. Year 5 is where the snowball starts rolling. Year 7, you stop thinking about it, total invested, $8,400. Account value, approximately $13,000. Read that again. You put in $8,400. The account says $13,000. The market added $4,600 on top of your contributions. At this point, the market is contributing more per year than you are. You are putting in $1,200 a year. The market is adding more than that in gains alone. You have crossed the line where your money works harder than you do. Year 10, the number nobody expects. Total amount you invested, $12,000. Account value, approximately $20,400. You turned $12,000 into over $20,000. You almost doubled your money. Investing just $100 a month, never touching it, never doing anything complicated. But wait, because this is where it gets genuinely unbelievable. What happens if you keep going? Year 15, total invested, $18,000. Account value, approximately $41,000. Year 20, total invested, $24,000. Account value, approximately $76,000. Year 25, total invested, $30,000. Account value, approximately $133,000. Year 30, total invested, $36,000. Account value, approximately $227,000. You invested $36,000 over 30 years. The account has $227,000 in it. That is $191,000 the market gave you for free, just for being patient. Now double it. What if instead of $100 a month you invested $200? Year 10, $40,000. Year 20, $152,000. Year 30, $454,000. $200 a month, 30 years, $454,000. That is the cost of one streaming subscription, one fast food meal, and one coffee a day, combined, gone, into your future instead. Why almost nobody does this. Here is the uncomfortable truth. 90% of Americans know they should invest. They have heard it. They have read it. They have nodded along to videos exactly like this one. And then they do not do it. Not because they are lazy, not because they are stupid, because of 3 specific traps. Trap 1, waiting for the right time. I will start investing when I have more money. That sentence has cost more Americans their retirement than any stock market crash in history. There is no right time. There is only now and later. And later is always more expensive. If you wait just 5 years to start, 5 years, that $227,000 account at year 30 becomes $140,000 instead. Waiting 5 years cost you $87,000. Trap 2, thinking it is too small to matter. $100 feels like nothing. It feels insulting compared to the wealth you want to build. So people do not bother. But $100 at 25 years old is worth more than $500 at 45 years old. Time is the multiplier. Starting small and early always beats starting big and late. Trap 3, stopping when the market drops. The market will drop. It dropped in 2008. It dropped in 2020. It will drop again. Every single time it has ever dropped in history, it has recovered and gone higher. The people who got wealthy from index fund investing did one thing consistently. They kept buying when everything looked terrible. That is not bravery. That is just understanding how compounding works. The only question that matters. You now know exactly what $100 a month does over 10, 20, 30 years. You know the numbers. You know the traps. You know why people fail. So the only question left is this: what are you going to do with this information? Because information without action is just entertainment. And your future is not entertainment. Open your brokerage account today. Set up an automatic transfer of whatever you can. $100, $50, even $25. Then forget about it. Let compounding do what compounding does. 10 years from now, you will look at your account balance and remember this moment. The moment you decided to actually start. That decision is worth more than any number I showed you today.
Hey, if this video gave you something to think about, that's exactly why I make these every single day. Most of this stuff nobody ever teaches you, and I just think that needs to change. So if you got value today, hit subscribe.